and welcome to Red Stain Radio, a Dead by Daylight podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Stevie, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-hosts, Madison and Bryson. Say
Hi.
hi. How's it going for y'all? It's
Oh,
good.
cool. Everyone wants to
Well,
ask
yeah.
how we're doing today.
How we doing?
We're all eager to talk.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Madison.
Oh, you go first. I was just saying, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to a tangent here because I just wanted to talk about something kind of derail the podcast kind of early and say, I've been playing something lately. Like I've played DBD 2v8. It's been a lot of fun, but I've also been playing something else. And it's rare that you play a video game and when you're not playing the video game, you're thinking about playing that video game, or you're losing sleep, or you're dreaming about it.
Yes.
Over the past few weeks, I've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders. For those of you who don't know, it's an extraction shooter, PvPvE. It is so different from other extraction shooters I've tried. Like I've played Hunt Showdown. I've seen enough Tarkov to know it's not my jam, but it's just so addictive. I don't know. Like I think about this game all the time. I already have 50 hours into it. My partner just picked it up and I'm showing him the ropes.
Oh, you can do it now.
Oh yeah, we can do it. I've been doing it with another friend of mine as well. So we sometimes do trios. I solo when I'm not having anyone to play, and solo can be pretty chill. And I am just hooked. And I love it. I feel like a child again when you have a video game where all you think about is that, for a while, or it could be a book or a movie. If you don't know that feeling with a video game, but I just love it. It makes me feel like a kid again. And I love those types of video games, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. So
no, that's a jam.
Yeah, it's great. So sorry to derail so early. I know it's a DVD podcast, but I just had to say I've just had this feeling, and I wanted to gush about it.
But I got friends too who are hooked on Arc Raiders. They play trios, they play solos. They'll stream it on Discord, and I'm glued.
Don't get Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Get Arc Raiders instead.
Exactly.
Yeah, so apparently that's really bad, which honestly I'm not surprised by.
Pick up Arc Raiders if you're looking for that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Or you could be playing the game that I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of Warframe again recently. It's my favorite game of all time. I know, a bit of a loser choice, but I love Warframe.
No, Warframe is wonderful. Don't be sorry for that.
That was all good.
All the girlies love Warframe still.
I'm a big addict of it. I took a break from it because I feel like with any game, no matter how much you love, you should always take breaks when you start to feel like burnt out. And I left it for a month. Now I'm back. Super awesome, super fun. I'm playing lots of DBD too, but mainly Warframe right now. I love to grind. I love game materials.
I'm really interested in their other game called Soulframe, which is like alpha currently. That looks really cool. Their fantasy Warframe, if you will.
Yeah, Souls-like, right?
Yeah,
a little bit, good. Yeah.
It looks good.
But yeah,
right,
that's what I'm
back onto the topic for today.
Absolutely.
This will be episode 22 of Red Stain Radio. We're going to be speculating on what the next chapter is going to be. It's slated for January. Ooh. It's a licensed chapter.
Yippee.
There's been a lot of evidence for various licenses.
Yes.
Nothing confirmed outright. So that's what we're here to dance around.
Yes.
And we wanted to talk about it, put together some of the conspiracies.
And then maybe do some guessing on what we think it's going to be.
Please, of course. Like, we have our own thoughts. We have our own feelings and hopes.
Yeah. All right.
A little bit of housekeeping. Red Stain Radio, your favorite podcast, has a Discord server now. Yeah. Check it out. There's a link in the description. We've already set up a couple channels. It's like a forum for people to post ideas for us for episodes, voting on them, suggestions, all sorts of channels. Poke around. Say hi.
I also want to add we will still have the email, so you can still email us. However, if you want to give direct feedback or topic ideas or whatever, I think the Discord will probably be the most direct and immediate way to reach us, which is great because we're all going to be in there. And I also want to hang out with people throughout the week, coming. So if you're looking for someone to play 2v8 with or play killer with or whatever, hit up anyone in there, and I'm sure someone will hit you up. And I'd happy to play some games with listeners as well.
Exactly.
Right? It'll just be a spot for you to make DVD friends, join lobbies.
Exactly.
Drop by and say hey. Hello.
Say hey-o.
Hey-o. Indeed.
Please, we'd love to see y'all, listeners, viewers, hop in.
Please. And thank you for all the ideas for the Discord. That was great.
Thank you, guys.
So for this January's license chapter, we've got a couple things that are kind of confirmed. Chapter was originally going to be this November. It got pushed back due to quality of life fixes, bug changes. They wanted to throw some other stuff in the air before getting that out.
Yeah,
But
so it's gonna be quite a little while before we get it. It's gonna be a
big
little
time.
bit.
You have to sit on it for a bit. There's a couple clues up ahead that we'll discuss. A lot of things pointing in different directions people have dug up or found or put together. But first off the bat, are there any hopes or promises that we want to see from the game? What are we hoping it'll be?
Honestly, I personally want it to be unexpected. I don't want it to be like, okay, this is gonna sound rude. I don't want to be Danganronpa. I don't want to be Predator. As much as I would love like Predator and maybe Danganronpa, I really want a curveball. I don't know. I feel like every single license chapter we've had has been pretty like, that makes sense. You were expected. I want something completely unexpected. Like, I don't like Terrifier, but if this was Terrifier DLC, I'd be pleasantly surprised. It also would be pleasantly surprising. I just want something completely different. So let's test the waters. Let's try something new, something unexpected.
I hear that 100%. Bryson, what are you hoping for?
Yeah, I mean, a surprise is always welcome. However, I do want it to be a surprise that I enjoy.
That makes sense.
So it being a Terrifier chapter, if that were the case, I don't think there's any evidence for that, but if that were the case, I'd be like, okay. Like, I'm not a Terrifier fan. I hope it's Predator, like that, or Stranger Things, which we'll get into. I really love Stranger Things. I'm super excited for season 5 next week. And Predator has just had an amazing year, and I would love to see that chapter in DVD.
Yeah, they just can't stop winning. They can't stop winning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dan Trachtenberg has taken that franchise to the best places, and I'm excited to see what he does. And I would love to see Predator in more video games because we don't have a lot of Predator games.
There's only
I'm in agreement with both of y'all. I either wanted a Predator one or 100% new out of the air. Like, I want something no one was thinking of.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And those are the best reveals, right? Like something that kind of out of left field. It's like, oh, all these surprises, and then bam, they hit us with something else out of left field. So yeah, hopefully that is the case. But yeah, I'm down for anything about.
But onto the confirmed clues that we seem to be dancing around as a community who's kind of, hanging on threads here in the, DBD leaks zones or community discords. A couple things. We had a few live streams to dig through. The Japanese DBD Twitter account posts their clip from the Pursue stream that reiterates the January chapter will be revealed soon. I take that to mean end of the month by now. It's been soon enough since that stream. I think there's only a couple more months left that they want to get this kind of out there as much as we want to hear it.
Yeah.
Interviews with Matthew Cote. He has said on a few different community interviews with popular DBD streamers or community content creators that this is a license that he has had great passion consuming, and he's with a great pleasure. Something that he likes is bound to be something we might like.
Oh.
Even if the community thinks he's the guy to rag on, he's the face to beat down and blame for decisions and design choices. I think if he likes it, we'll like it.
Yeah.
I also want to comment on that and say it's something he's consumed with great pleasure and avid passion. I think that means maybe it's an older license, or some people are like, oh, it might be, it might be a book or a specific movie. Something tells me like this is a franchise. Like it has to have had more than one movie, or it might be a series. So I don't think it's like going to be a standalone movie or anything like that. I think it's going to be long lasting, or it's been around for a while. So just because of his age and just kind of the way he says that, consuming it, I feel like if you say that with like a single movie or maybe a book, that's not the case, but I could be wrong.
I like that point. These interviews, by the way, one interview was done with DBD longtime guys, Polyester and the King. He had been quoted saying that there.
Wonderful
another interview
every year
with I have no idea. I'm going to butcher this name. I am so sorry, my friend. Testidigi Ganonbenj. That's the worst way I could have done it without sounding like I knew what I was saying.
No worries.
That interview is not in English, so for fans who might know French, or they might be more interested in looking up that one. In this interview, he was wearing a Stranger Things Dead by Daylight license chapter shirt. This may just be a coincidence. A lot of people are taking that as evidence. We'll have that in our list later. However, he did in that interview in French denounce that somebody like Dutch from Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in the first movie, would not probably be a possibility. Licensing, likenesses, those are wicked hard to get a hold of and do right.
Yeah, weird comment there, I thought, because I think he says something along the lines of like, we want people who have to overcome certain challenges and kind of come out of it as a hero. Like it felt very wishy-washy, his comments. I don't remember the comment specifically, so forgive me, but it was just a weird comment. And so, people are like, okay, if it's Predator license January, what two survivors are they going to be? Like Naru is absolutely a given, but who's the other one? Like you would think it's Dutch, but if he's saying they're not going to do Dutch in a future Predator license, who else? So yeah, I just thought it was a weird comment. So I wanted to flag that a little.
That bums me out a little bit. Arnold Schwarzenegger's characters in all his movies are some of my favorite. I grew up as a kid loving Arnold action movies because he was so goofy, and my parents loved him and loved putting on his movies. So things like Terminator, Last Action Hero, Kindergarten Cop, like the weird stuff. I love him.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're saving his likeness for an eventual Terminator chapter. Who knows?
Maybe. So they did have a Terminator chapter for a sister game for Dead by Daylight, Death Garden. So I could totally
did they? I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And what confuses me is that they had the option for it to be in Dead by Daylight, but like, no, we're going to put it in Death Garden. And then Death Garden died.
Yeah.
Rip Death Garden. We could have had Terminator. We could have had Arnold.
We should talk about that game one episode.
Death Garden, yeah. That is such a weird thing, because like I think that is the most confusing game they've had that kind of like happened and then died. Like it wasn't like Casting of Frank Stone where it came out, made money, and then that was it. Or it was like It Has My Face, where it was kind of more of an indie thing, not really behavior. They just kind of published it. That was weird. That was so weird. It's kind of like Meet Your Maker, but Meet Your Maker is still technically going.
Technically.
Going for all life support. 3 players who play it.
I think it has like 30 players, yeah.
Yeah. In these interviews, when asked about repeat licenses, sequel chapters, mayhaps, things like Resident Evil Project W, where we saw Wesker, so we saw Nemesis, both from the Resident Evil franchise. Matthew Cote had said, stay tuned. I can't say more on that.
Ooh.
This to all of us sounds, oh my god, it's confirmed. We're going to get sequels to every single chapter eventually, or at least those ones. This might also make it a possibility. Not too much evidence pointing towards that, other than that little side hint that they're working on getting licenses with other creators and with the ones they've already worked with. But as far as interviews go, there's nothing he can really say. He's got to be as tight-lipped as he can, NDAs and being the big face. He can't drop everything on a one-off interview.
Yeah. He always hints at them,
it's
which is nice.
Going to be Attack on Titan chapter. We decided to do a whole chapter based on the cosmetic.
There you go.
Yeah, boom.
For other community and social media posts, really, the Dead by Daylight accounts from Spain following the Stranger Things Twitter account again, things like the Stranger Things DLC coming on sale recently. That's got a lot of people looking towards it. The final season of Stranger Things about to be on streaming services, Netflix, and the Hawkins change, the third wave of Stranger Things cosmetics to games, Fortnite, and that's kind of Stranger Things' big note. As well as on Twitter, we have the Danganronpa's Monokuma's voice actor, Brian Beacock. He had been active on Twitter. A lot of people who are DBD fans are also Danganronpa fans. And I guess maybe took a couple of his comments a little too seriously. He had mentioned, I think the quote was like, oh, you're going to be saving all the daylight this time. And people were like, Dead by Daylight? He said daylight. He had to confirm that this was a joke about daylight savings time. But people on Twitter love to go crazy, and I think they're doing most of the speculation for us.
Yeah. A lot of people ran with that because I think Also, that game franchise has like an anniversary this year. That's in November.
Yeah.
Like it's coming up, I think. So
I believe it's this month, actually.
yeah,
November
I think it's
25th is the date.
Yeah, kind of even added fuel to the fire, which we'll get into later. But yeah, for sure.
People like on my calendar, November 25th is a Tuesday. Dead by Daylight PTBs come out on Tuesday.
Oh.
They're doing a Danganronpa PTB. And
yeah.
Danganronpa.
Why would he tease that 3 months ago?
Maybe
It's
he's just
the
anniversary.
anniversary. He's feeling silly.
Feeling a little
He's
silly.
allowed. It's a silly game.
He's a
I think
silly
Monokuma
guy.
is probably the silly character. Let's break that down into let's say these are the 4 possibilities that we see coming. Exactly. Start off with number 1, probably the one we think would be the best addition. It seems we're in agreement. Predator. Out of all of those 4, Predator's license is definitely inevitable. I'll put that out there.
Absolutely.
Whether it's January seems unlikely, but further down the line, give it more time, give it more development. Predator's coming. A couple hints to that. Alien and Predator, both owned by Disney, 20th Century, and the licenses got bought up, I think, last year, 2024, and it was kind of a big deal as like both of these are iconic sci-fi horrors now owned by the same group.
Yeah, they acquired the Alien and Predator franchise when they acquired 20th Century, so that was back in
2020.
Or 2019. Like it's been several years. So they've had that franchise, those 2 franchises forever. Or not forever, but for a while.
I got my timeline wrong, but 5 years is basically forever. They both have several cosmetics in the game that kind of hint at it. The aliens got a couple skins, one of which, namely the Grid alien skin. He's got the green lines on his face. This is a reference to the Alien vs. Predator movie, where the alien gets attacked by a predator, and the alien gets hit with like a net grenade. I'm assuming. I think if I'm remembering it,
it's like a corrosive net or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Gets these grid-like scars.
Yeah, it uses its acid blood to cut through the net.
That
busts through and then kills the predator that threw it. Very cool. And Grid in that movie is like specifically a bit smarter than all the other aliens.
I know plot armor in that movie, not gonna lie.
A little bit. It does die at the end, but like very cool, like xenomorph on screen, and what a cool name. Like Grid is and a cool look too. Like that's one of my favorite cosmetics. I love it. But yeah, the fact that it references Predator is huge, and we got that on launch of Xenomorph or the Alien chapter. So I mean that's just like it's like, hey, this is coming. Like it's gonna happen, but it's totally inevitable for sure.
Yeah,
and I like
when, not if.
Big time, right? We're counting down the clock till Predator.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that January might be a little too close for Predator. If Alien got released and it was a big smash hit, well-wanted chapter, I think Predator, if they started working on it after they knew Alien was coming, I don't think a year turnaround is what we're looking for or year and a half turnaround.
And maybe Disney XX wanted to like see if it was a success. Like, yeah, you can do Predator. So it could be even longer.
Letting it sit there and get a lot of revenue before they, pull the trigger and send a Predator. They want money.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, like this January chapter has 2 survivors. If they're not going to do Dutch, they would do Naru and someone else.
Yeah.
Who that is, I'm not really sure. They could do Danny Glover's character from Predator 2, who's a cop, and he survives that encounter. There is a potential character from Killer of Killers, or even several from there. Actually,
there's several from Killer of Killers.
Or
y'all have seen the new Predator junk? Like, do they feel like good spin-offs for the Predator universe, like solid faithful sequels?
100%, yeah.
Yeah, Killer of
Killers, Predator Badlands, but call me crazy. This is my tinfoil hat. The one could be Naru, and she could be like skins for all the like humans. and then the other one could be like our first fully non-human. It could be like the Yachtja from Badlands. Because I don't know a whole lot, but my little tinfoil hat is like 2 models, and then the model could have like slightly different predators from different movies, and then the adult predator could be like the apex predator. I don't know. This is my tinfoil hat. Because if we're being Dutch, like who else could be the second iconic survivor?
Yeah, I was also gonna go that route, Maddie. So I'm glad you went there. So in the new movie, the main character is Dek, D-E-K. That's the predator, and he is essentially a runt. He is kind of outcasted from his clan. He's much smaller than a predator. That's why his face looks a little different. It's a little more, predators have this like giant like forehead. He doesn't quite have that like they do, or this kind of crest. So he's much more human sized. A Dek as a survivor essentially would be cool, and then having like a bad blood predator. For those of you who don't know, bad bloods are like they go against the usual predator code and they kind of just kill however they want, usually like non-honorably, dishonorably. So yeah, they could do like an original there. They could pull something from like Prey or some others like Predators or whatever. So they could really just like kit bash this chapter from a bunch of different movies. But yeah, if they go the non-human route for Survivor, that would be a huge first step in that direction. Because right now, I think people have been asking for that. They've said we always want humans. That doesn't really make sense though when you're multi-dimensional and you're pulling from all these universes. So
like we've got Clone, we've got Figment of Imagination, and we've got Elf. So like in terms of non-human, they're all pretty human-y.
So yeah, I would love to see that, and they, the size would make sense, but can you imagine like people running around with
he's
as a
Yachtja? One at you. You're gonna think he's the killer.
Like, like so you'd have to make him pretty distinct looking and make him survivor looking, but just seeing him use med kits and flashlights and stuff would be kind of goofy, I think, but I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I'd be totally down for it.
You think we could get a predator and then they get cosmetics later of like casual clothing? Casual clothes, right? Because every survivor ends up with casual clothes. So
you could probably, but casual in clothing in like his like tone, like tunics or something more Yachtja focused, because he does wear some cloth clothing in Predator Badlands. Again, I can't talk highly enough about this movie. Go check it out, y'all. I want to see it again. I saw it twice in theaters. I got to see it a third time, but it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, he wears some clothing in there. But yeah, and then with the killer, that door is wide open for them to tackle anything, and the cosmetic options there are endless. Like I don't know if you've seen Predator, the asymmetrical Predator game that's out, Hunting Grounds. That also has a ton of like original cosmetics and stuff for the Predators. So that'd be cool to see some of that stuff in there as well.
I like that the Predator Hunting Grounds came out right around like Skull Merchant's release. Yes. And that was a fun time of assuming, Skull Merchant was just supposed to be a predator, and then they dropped the license and had a full character made. They had to reskin.
And Matthew Cote like came out and said it wasn't Predator, but everyone was still like, it's gotta be though. It's got the 3 dots and everything.
She's got floating skulls. Come on.
Floating skulls. Literally.
Rip that chapter.
We should do an episode on like just that chapter coming out.
It was a phenomenon. Like it was incredibly big for the history of this video game. Yeah, we should do that.
Yes. But like getting back on track with Predator, what are some other clues that we can connect to the license?
Yes. One that I think a lot of people were immediately looking at was the Greenville Square theater map. Had posters, arcade cabinets, and a lot of decorations that everyone has lined up to assume, hey, this is what this chapter was teased on. Things like the ghoul, the marquee for the theater itself has the Ghoul's Lament.
Yes.
And that's kind of it. That's Tokyo Ghoul is the Ghoul's Lament is basically the subtitle for that whole thing. Sad Boy Kaneki. And now he's in DVD.
Literally him right now.
There's also a popcorn machine on the map that has like guts falling out of it that some people think might have been a reference to the Krisu. Of course, that could have been just coincidental because I think all the machines in that map have like weird organ parts to them, but maybe that just a reference to them in general. So
yeah, and like there's several other chapters that like Loki got hinted, not with just the map, but also like the killer that came out with the map, the unknown. People assume it referenced Laura Croft, D&D, course Uncharted Courses, the one with Hal Master and Tori. That map is kind of like a little treasure mine. Even predicted Castlevania, I think, because there's like
right, the unknown talking in the Castlevania lineup. I'm kind of hooked into that theory that there's still a couple things that they wanted to tease using that map and using the unknown that are just kind of waiting.
Yeah, because I mean, like they plan like what 2, 3, 4 years in advance.
Yeah, 3 years.
They definitely could have put in year 12, not year 12, year 11, year 10 hints in there too.
Yeah, go dig around the theater map and come up with your own theories. Look up those arcade cabinets and look at all the sides. The sides of them have a lot of fake video games that feel like they could be licenses. I remember I don't know if it was the Greenville theater map or the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map that also had arcade cabinets. I think it was the Fazbear map that had the Jorogumi, the spider lady. I'm not gonna remember that name. That's what I thought the Krasu chapter was gonna be.
Yeah.
Still hoping for a spider though myself.
We'll definitely get a spider one day.
Keyword is when. Yeah, I would love that. So.
But if we pull it all together, we include Matthew Cote saying he enjoyed the content that's coming. Maybe it's an 80s movie franchise that he really loved as a kid. Maybe it's one that he still loves watching. And with Badlands was this month?
Yeah. Came out at the beginning of the month or middle of the month.
Maybe it lined up with what was supposed to be the PTB and the chapter coming out this month.
But which got pushed back. We got
Killer Killers.
Killer Killers.
Yeah, I do want to mention though, a chapter has never really lined up with a release of that franchise. So for like the first time Stranger Things came out, season 3 came out that year, but it was later in the year. But nothing has ever really lined up that well. So that's another reason I don't think it's Predator in addition to the 2 survivors. So I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping. I'm huffing copium at this point.
No, I'm in the same boat. Using the dates to line up 2 things perfectly, especially when one of those is a Dead by Daylight release, it'll never go well. I think the only time I can think of is Freddy Fazbear, the Springtrap coming out right when Secret of the Mimic was released.
Yes.
However, those 2 games are not the same. There's no William Afton directly in Secret of the Mimic.
Not directly, no.
No. But that's it for Predator. What would we want to see from a Predator? Like everything else is all pure speculation. If we did get Predator, Naru definitely on the books.
I feel like Naru has become like the new face of like survivors, like the quintessential survivor in the Predator franchise. Like Dutch is cool, but Naru is like a survivor. She ate, just to simplify that.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like if we do that chapter, she has to be in that either as a survivor or as a legendary skin for the survivor. And honestly, I've been thinking about it for the last couple of minutes. I feel like a Yacha survivor, like a run Yacha, would be kind of fun. It'd be kind of like expanding on what survivors can be. Because like, as much as I love all the different kinds of survivors we get, I feel like it's going to get to a point where it's like, okay, this is the 8th white woman survivor we've gotten. Can we get something a little bit different?
Yeah, and having Native American representation in the game would be amazing because we currently don't have that.
Exactly.
Or at least in survivor form. I could be wrong. Welcome to tell me I'm wrong in the comments or tell us in the Discord. But yeah, I would absolutely love to see Naru. That man, Prey just is.
It's so good.
Badass movie. Like it's so good. And that movie came in. And that movie came to streaming. Like it wasn't even in theaters. It's like because it was during COVID and like man, we gotta watch that movie.
Though, thankfully, in theaters.
They are.
I hope so.
Yeah, and the man who's done all this is Dan Trachtenberg. He's the director. He's wrote all these.
Yes.
All 3 of these movies. He even co-directed Killer of Killers. So like he's just banger after banger, and he has more in the silo. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I definitely want to see Naru. I'd be cool for I said his name earlier from Predator 2. Oh my god, I'm blanking. He's a cop, anyways. He's a cop. We would have another cop in the game, which I'm not opposed to. But there are other things. But of course, Deck would be my choice. And then, like I said, I think an original Bad Blood killer Predator would be cool, and then you could get really unique with the way he looks and such. But something tells me they'll just go with the normal jungle Predator from the first movie. That look is just iconic.
Exactly. Or they'll just do skins for like all ever kinds of ones, like from Killers of Killers and stuff like
which
that.
would be awesome too, because like some of these guys are like massive, or they have like different statures and stuff. And then in terms of power, like I imagine it to be very similar to Vecna in terms of like you have a weapon wheel. Your wrist blade is your M1, and then maybe you have. I've always thought like you'd have an invisibility cloak, because that's kind of iconic, especially that's pretty big in Badlands. It's a big aspect of that movie. And then you have maybe like a lock on with a shoulder cannon. And you have to do some things to get lock ons. You can do a ranged attack. That'd be kind of cool.
I definitely think they're gonna like incorporate thermal vision. Maybe it's like something you have to earn or something after like amount of hits or using your power. You get to like basically get wall hacks for like 3-5 seconds. I feel like that'd be really cool.
Oh man,
and we can't forget the stealth as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like the cloaking. That's a classic Predator move.
Rafe is gonna be in their corner like, oh, you can only cloak for 10 seconds. I can do it forever. Weak work, light work.
but the Predator will absolutely be the power creep killer. Like we've talked about this all the time. Like power creep. Like this killer will have so many other kits of other killers, like range,
wall hacks, invisibility,
whatever. Yeah, like all that's going to be there. So, which is unfortunate, but that's how it's going to work. And of course, I think they would just call it the Yacha and probably not the Predator, because that sounds odd.
Yeah, I mean, we already have the Predator. His name is the Nightmare.
Real.
We totally haven't said that joke like 5 times before.
Yeah, we've definitely said that before, but it's still funny. It's still great. I love it.
It's their fault for choosing the one that basically openly said without saying it that he did cats.
Yeah. It also, and evidence for that is like the xenomorph is the xenomorph and not the alien.
Yeah.
People have had debates on what it should be. I don't know. You can get technical. You can get kind of nicknamey with it. I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
I like when they get technical. I like that he's Michael Myers, the Shape.
Yeah.
Like that's how he's credited. It's the xenomorph. That's the scientific classification in universe for this creature.
Yeah.
It's the Yacha. That's the people that send, their guys out to hunt, or that, escape and go to a planet to joyride and kill people.
Yeah.
On to the next one. Predator, kind of in the bag for somewhere later. Another one that we've seen a lot of speculation, and it, is starting to creep its way in my head as possible, is the Stranger Things. Getting a sequel chapter for that might be a possibility. Things like the Stranger Things Season 5 is coming out this month. I don't know if it's already started releasing or if we're still waiting on that. Next week. Okay. Stranger Things heads. You're in for a treat.
I'm excited.
Stranger Things Day, November 6th. Stranger Things was announced to return to coming to Fortnite. This, it's not Dead by Daylight, but it's proof that they're into collabing all over the place. Ooh, crossovers with Minecraft and Brawl Stars as well.
Yeah, weird. Which I want to mention, the reason Stranger Things was pulled from Dead by Daylight is because Netflix went on this side quest, if you will, to get into game development. They opened a whole studio, like developers from like Halo and like all these industry heads went to Netflix to work on games, and it just didn't pick up. Like they even acquired some studios, like the people who behind I'm blanking on the studio, but like some indie side scroller. But yeah, and they just like pulled a bunch of stuff, and so that's really unfortunate. And then it didn't go anywhere. They have Netflix games; they're still making things. Like you can play them on your TV now. But and so now they're just kind of like, here you go. And apparently there have been rumors that like the reason they brought them back to DVD is because they were just tired of being harassed or hearing about it, which is really unfortunate. But like that chapter was so big, like that was a huge chapter, and that show is massive. So I don't know why they wouldn't want it to be there.
Yeah, it was also the first chapter I think that introduced having 2 survivors in a DLC release instead of just 1 survivor. Because I feel like up until that point, we always got 1 killer, 1 survivor, or just 1 killer. This was the first one where we got 2 survivors.
I think you're right, because Resident Evil came later, and we also got a map, so that was a huge chapter. It was a chunky boy, so
yeah. It was a chunky boy. And this one could also be chunky, and also Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Right, with the size of this one, it kind of matches with how big Stranger Things' first release was. And if these licensing agreements definitely seem like they're kind of a timed thing, Behavior grabs a license, does all the work, and then they have the content for a couple years, and then they have to revisit this license, get it back again. This is as far as I know. This is how they lost it the first time. That license expired. Yeah. The agreement kind of ran its course, and they couldn't get it back for the game development reasons, and other reasons, or whatever was behind the scenes. If now is the time when they've revisited it and things have cooked, who knows? Maybe it's ready to go. That being said, we are seeing changes to Hawkins' lab in this current PTB.
Yeah. I think these are reason.
No. You say no reason. These are long time coming changes. That map was untouched for so long. That window needed fixing.
100%.
If you had ever seen, namely Zubat Lul is the one who I kind of attribute the most abuse of that window to. The classic shift tech.
Yes,
where you're in a chase with a killer, but you're not sprinting. The game doesn't classify it as a chase. The game doesn't trigger the chase music. You don't get the entity window blocker. And if you just hold that window, fast vault it, and then walk while the killer's looking at you, and then run when the killer's not looking at you, you can get as many vaults as you want out of it.
Exactly.
Killer needs bamboozle.
Yeah, or ranged.
Right? If you're against a huntress, it's a different story, but somebody like a trapper, a pig, even a Vecna who's missing their shots.
Yeah, that map has, in my opinion, that map is the worst map in DBD. That's my opinion. I think I will die on that hill. I think it is the worst map in Dead by Daylight. Every time I get it, I groan. And I'm like, oh God, I'm not gonna get out of here because I usually die. And there's a lot of like 1-person gens on that map. Like I think you get up to 4. I think I've had at a time.
I see what you're saying.
Like it's just really, and then playing as killer isn't fun either. Like you have all these goddamn pallets. Yes, a majority of them are unsafe pallets, but they're still a pain in the ass. Like if you're against a good Swift, you're gonna get wrecked.
The fun thing is with the layout, a lot of those unsafe pallets, you drop them prematurely, and then you use the wall next to it, and now you have this god loop. If the killer doesn't break it, it's a great pre-drop.
So I'm really glad, and they're going to open up some of the rooms that would have only had one entrance into one side, which is good. That was always a problem for me trying to traverse the map. And then that window, like you mentioned, they're going to have, I think, a doorway there now.
That whole portal room, they're closing off the current window. They're moving the new window kind of closer. They're adding a second ramp. They're making the gen, 2-person can work on it instead of 1. They're adding a pallet to that upper area. It's a lot that they did to that room. They just made a whole new room, basically.
Yeah, that's good because it needed it, I think, for sure.
And if we think about how that lines up, if the January chapter wasn't pushed back, maybe these map changes would be coming with the new chapter. Maybe if we didn't get a new Stranger Things map, we got a change to the old Stranger Things map.
Yeah. Or maybe they could add a variant, because technically variants aren't maps, so...
Yeah. And they did show screenshots of these changes on Stranger Things Day. It was kind of their little celebration. Maybe just kind of like a replacement of what would be an announcement, but who knows?
Yeah. Dead by Daylight is doing
with the Stranger Things, a couple more things. The all the DLCs are basically on sale. Maybe as of right now, maybe it might have already passed by the time you're listening to this. But people are kind of pointing to that and saying, "Did you notice Stranger Things is on sale? I got an email. Maybe that means this is coming." It's a little subjective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they don't go on sale often. Like, this is the first time since their return, I think, that they've been on sale. So probably because of the Stranger Things hype with the season coming out, there's a lot going around that.
Season.
That's probably the big push. But if it's chapter, that would make sense as well.
Yeah,
I heard that internally the way that they Steam will market sales, if a sale is 20% or more, you will get an email about it if you're currently playing the game or you have it on your wish list. So 20% off is enough to give an email blast to everyone, kind of remind you that Stranger Things exists. Go watch it again. Go buy it again.
Go buy merchandise, go buy board games, and go watch the final season 10 times. Yeah.
Exactly. This could just be a cash grab from Netflix, a little push to get a little more scratch in their pocket.
Yeah.
It might not at all be a chapter coming.
Exactly. We could have been debated. Even though there's like literally perfect candidates for survivors, killers, and even powers.
It can line up perfectly. It can slot right in there, that two survivors, one killer.
Exactly.
Yeah, the roster for Stranger Things is huge. Like
Hopper, Joyce, Vecna, boom, you're done. That's it. That's it.
Y'all, if David Harbour is in this chapter, I will scream. I know I've said this before in characters like Rick Grimes, great, awesome. A little disappointed in the voice acting in terms of screaming.
Mm-hmm.
David Harbour, though, David Harbour's been in a video game. He was in the Alone in the Dark remake that came out a couple years ago.
Interesting. Okay.
He plays the detective. He's like him and another protagonist that you can pick from. Really good performance in that. So it wouldn't be his first video game, but man, him and Winona Ryder. Oh my gosh!
It would be over for me. I only watched the first season, and those two are still in my head as that's Zadie and she's mother.
Yeah. Give us Chopper. I want it.
Yes. And Chopper.
Chopper.
Yeah, and Vecna is the obvious killer choice for a Stranger Things thing. There is some problems because we already have Vecna from D&D, and he's named after him. But they could just give him a moniker, kind of what they did for Spirit and Ghostface. They're both ghosts, but they just did a different name. So for him, I could see him being the Mind Flayer, even though he's not the Mind Flayer. That's the closest thing I could think of. Yeah, something like that. The Psychic.
And maybe there's something in season 5 that maybe comes up
title
with that.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, if they got the show notes for season 5 before it was even released, if they got most developments will include they call it a Bible internally. It'll just be a document that includes all the characters, what they would look like, what they would wear, things like that, to help showrunners kind of create the show based on the writer's visions without having to constantly talk back and forth.
Yeah.
So if they pass that, Stranger Things season 5 Bible off to, the behavior team and said, go nuts. That would be out of the air.
Exactly.
As far as repeat licenses go, Matthew Cote said, stay tuned. That could be a big hint.
Exactly.
In those interviews, him wearing a Stranger Things shirt, 5 months ago, that might not mean anything to a lot of people. A lot of people think it's confirmed. He wore a t-shirt. But Polyester said that Cote really enjoys Stranger Things. Rewatched the entire series. Yeah. Might just be regular Netflix binging. Might be studying for work.
Yeah, he's
Could be.
Okay, that's what he does.
And preparation for season 5. I know I rewatched it too, but still.
Yeah, I should rewatch it, but I've just been so busy with school.
Yeah.
No worries.
I am fucked by finals, but we're not going to talk about that. Stevie, what are some other possibilities for this January licensed chapter?
On to our third possibility that in my head is I'm hard pressed to say that this is probably it. This is probably the one that they were cooking on. This is the one that they feel will be surprising enough. It's a Resident Evil sequel chapter.
Resident Evil 3.
I think we're probably getting a third Resident Evil chapter. They've had such a great relationship that it should be a possibility.
Do we want a third Resident Evil chapter?
Honestly, I would not mind it. I feel like it's a good enough time that I would be okay, not my favorite thing, but I'm happy. I feel like anything beyond 3 would be crazy work. But I feel like there's so much in Resident Evil because there's 9 games. Oh yeah, currently there's 9 mainline games. I feel like dividing that by 3, have each little section. I feel like that'd be fine because we have the original era, sequel era, and now we're in like the modern era. I feel like this could be the modern era, and then no more. I feel like that's good in Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I think, possibly it could be RE9 is next year. I don't think it'll be something related to that, as the chapters take a long time to develop.
Yeah, I was thinking like 7 or 8. Honestly, that's the theme. I feel like a lot of people have been kind of going on. Like,
big time.
Everyone's thinking it's going to be like a baker, or it's going to be Lady Dimitrescu, and then we're going to have like Ethan's wife. I forgot her name. I hate her, but she could be a survivor. And then either Rose or Ethan himself. Boom.
If we see a 7 chapter, I think that family really matches DBD's vibe.
Yes.
Gross hillbilly family.
Yeah, because we have
countryside.
That face. What's one more crazy redneck?
What's one more?
I guess he's not a redneck. He's in Louisiana, I think. So that's not really redneck. That's more like
down by the bayou.
Bayou, yeah. Exactly.
Which, if they do choose the Baker family, and I don't remember the father's name, it's been several years since I played it. I just don't know what it's John Baker. I just don't know. Yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you. Well, I don't know what his power would be if that is the character they choose, just because he's just chasing around with a shovel for a while, and then he mutates into something else later on. But I just don't know what they would do with that character. I see it more as like you mentioned, Maddie, Lady Dimitrescu. Is that how you say it?
RE9, yeah.
Lady D is what I'll say short.
Sorry.
Yeah, RE8, which I loved, and I think people will be clamoring more for her because that
she's
little
more
section
memorable, I think.
Yeah, she's the fan base is like, I mean, if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you were there when she got teased.
Yeah. So people were like, step on me. But but also her section in the game is pretty short. Like, she's not in the game for long. She's your first boss.
Yeah. She's very memorable though. She sticks out compared to every other villain, I think, in that game.
So that might be a little more compelling. But Ethan Winters, I think, is no, I don't need more Ethan Winters.
You don't want him. You don't
want
him.
Can we rest? Can we rest with Winters? I don't want it. No thanks.
I imagine a lot of the survivor options are already exhausted. Like Leon and the Ada getting skins. It's basically they've filled it all in. They kind of got every character already.
Yeah,
and that's a big reason why I don't think this is Resident Evil. I could be wrong though. I don't know. It's just like I just don't think there are 2 other memorable survivors Resident Evil fans want. But I could be wrong because I'm not a huge. I like Resident Evil. I'm not a huge fan of Resident Evil. So I don't know.
I know what you mean. Like I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, oh, we could get Veronica. That's a girl. We could get Carlos. No, he's already in there. We could get who knows? Maybe Mr. X. And then he's slightly different from Nemesis.
Yeah. Ooh.
Why does Nemesis not have a Mr. X skin yet?
Weird. That's what I'm saying.
Like that should be a given. I don't know. That's me though.
Yeah. Something else I want to mention though, like just really quickly, I forgot to mention this earlier. By the time this chapter comes out, we're going to be starting the new Rift because this one has been extended to like 111 days forever.
Yeah.
And then we're having a new one. I'm not going to say it's likely, but the timing is screaming at me that they have a common theme at least. If not, it's a licensed tome, kind of like it was for Saw and Castlevania. So Resident Evil has a bunch of cosmetic options. What's to say that they don't just do a Resident Evil theme Rift Pass and then have the Resident Evil chapter? And then you can have like Lady Dimitrescu for Plague or Mr. X for Nemesis, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be a crazy pull.
Yeah. If I get that right, someone owes me something. I don't know what, but if I
give you $50, yeah. And I'll buy the Dimitrescu Plague skin.
I was gonna say buy the cosmetics for Maddie. What how many licensed tomes have we gotten? Like 2, 3?
2. Only 3, because we have Alan Wake 2.
There's Alan Wake.
Castlevania got a Rift.
Castlevania got one.
Yeah.
But Resident Evil has not gotten one, which is really interesting considering their relationship with Capcom.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to wait and see.
Maybe.
But as Matthew Cote said, stay tuned for sequel chapters.
Exactly.
We're getting another one at some point.
Oh.
On to probably the most speculative. We include this as kind of a nod. The Danganronpa possibility. Danganronpa. it's a chance, maybe. This is probably the least likely option.
Yeah, I would say
that's kind of why
if you flipped a coin, it would have to land on its side for Danganronpa to be added. This series is November 25th. That'll be their 15th anniversary since the first game. It's big. It's big for a VN that's been around for so long. Exactly. It's had so much content between, people making videos on it, people making fan stuff about it. It's very popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And for those who don't know what this is, it's like it's a video game series. There's also an anime, I think, and some other manga and stuff. But it's a murder mystery. It's like a murder mystery game. Like you're trying to figure out who killed the person.
It's like a murder mystery werewolf, kind of. Like each day someone gets killed. Okay, to basically summarize, there's
please.
High school students trapped in a high school. They can't get out. And this little bear controlled by something we don't know, well, at the beginning, says, hey, I think it's X amount of you need to die before you can escape. And if one of you it was something like, it's really weird how they do it in the first game, but I think it's something like one person needs to die every 24 hours or else everyone dies, except for the person with the most kills or something like that. And it's like, if the person who killed someone doesn't get caught within 24 hours, they get to get away, everyone else dies again. And basically, if they keep voting people off until it's like a set amount of people, it's really weird, very crazy, very, very Danganronpa. It's very much itself, very unique. But yeah, it's kind of like werewolf meets murder mystery. I'd say that's how it is. And anime.
The art
style looks feel free to correct me. I'm not a huge Danganronpa head. I just know I know this much.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are, but
yeah, my partner's a big Danganronpa fan, and I need to get into it with them. I tried once and then just was distracted.
Yeah, but, hey, if it is Danganronpa, now you have an excuse to do so.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I very much teased them with Five Nights at Freddy's is getting added. They thought that was cool.
And Maddie, it's funny you bring that up because that's a good point. I love when they introduce new licenses and then it leads you to go watch or consume whatever that license is. I did that with Hellraiser with the Pinhead chapter. I did that with Ringu with Onryo because I hadn't seen the original Ringu. I've seen The Ring, but not the original movie. But yeah, I love that when they introduce a new license that I don't really have a lot of familiarity with. And I love going to just kind of see where it came from.
Exactly.
If it is Danganronpa, I will happily go play a game or watch a playthrough. This seems like a stretch though.
Yeah, just because there's not a whole lot of evidence supporting it. Like, I don't want to assume things about people, but Matthew Cote doesn't seem like the type of guy to be like, I love Danganronpa. I love Danganronpa.
You would be able to smell that on him, I think, if he was a fan.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's good.
I can smell it on there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm remembering this wrong, but I've also heard like he's not a huge anime fan. I could be wrong, which I know it's not an anime, but it's like anime style game.
Yes. I feel like it's enough to say
it's got those vibes.
It's got the vibes.
I don't know. I don't know what he plays in his free time either. I know he plays Civilization, like he's mentioned. People suggest they do when they don't want to play DVD. But
Civilization killer, the killer is Gandhi. He has the nuke ability. This is not an option. So all my Civ gamers, you understand the reference, hopefully.
That one's a classic.
Yes.
As far as Danganronpa goes, like you said, there's not real evidence pointing to it, connecting it to Dead by Daylight. You have on Twitter, Brian Beacock, the voice of that little bear, talking about little things that people construe as, oh, that's a Dead by Daylight reference. Oh, this is that. He teases the November 25th, and that's just pointing at the anniversary. The Danganronpa's getting a 2x2 is releasing in 2026.
I think that's a remake or a remaster of an older game.
It just seems like Danganronpa 2 getting remastered.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Leave me alone.
So we'll see that getting its own. It'll exist in its own bubble. I think crossovers might be, save those for Fortnite for a game like
or
that.
like cosmetics. I would be fine with some cosmetics.
Oh, do y'all remember when For Honor got a collab with Dead by Daylight?
Yes,
one charm.
They got a charm.
One charm.
You got a charm.
Wow, they had like a whole game mode where you throw people on hooks and stuff.
And then we got a charm, and it was like, what the fuck is this?
And speaking of Ubisoft, they have a great relationship with Ubisoft. They had Assassin's Creed Shadows crossover for that game. We didn't get anything. DVD didn't get anything.
We didn't even get
Shadows did. They had a Rainbow Six Siege cosmetics in game.
Yes.
They, I think that's the big ones.
I think so.
But like, I would love to see an Assassin's Creed cosmetics. Like, if we had Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, my favorite Assassin's Creed game, so I'm biased, but like that'd be cool. Or just like the assassin.
We get Fung or Meg. Whoops. Fungman and Megman.
I know we can't do like licenses with other licenses, but the idea of Pig Ezio would be really cool.
Pig Ezio.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'd have to like only run that and then jump off the top floor of like Crotus Pren.
Land in hay on the Colvin apps for accuracy, of course.
Yeah, Ubisoft. I mean, I love Assassin's Creed, so I'm biased here, but yeah, would love cosmetics in game. But it's weird that we don't ever get anything when they do a crossover there with those games.
Maybe there's like a reason why. We don't know. It's weird. I do want to add quickly.
Yes.
I do have one crackhead theory of what this chapter
now's the time.
I didn't include in the notes because I wanted to surprise you. I've talked about this before. I do think it's going. I don't think it's going to be. Let me rephrase that. I think there is a possibility of it being Dungeons and Dragons. Now, hold on. You might be thinking, Madison, Dungeons and Dragons was pretty okay, but I wouldn't say it's super, super popular. That is correct. However, there is a D&D adjacent property that is not only owned by Wizards of the Coast technically, but it's also highly popular. And that little property is called Baldur's Gate 3. And interestingly, not only is this licensed, if we look back at the Year 8 roadmap, one of the two roadmaps with the D&D one, it said that it was one survivor, one killer, one map. Now, this is already weird because the survivor was Astri and Boromir. There were two survivors, but they had the same perks because they were basically two skins. And if you look at the January one, it's two different survivors. Now, what would make sense? If not, we got two two licensed characters that can't exactly be skins. They're completely independent characters, which leads me to think we're getting Mind Flayer Killer, and then either someone like Asterion, Karlach / Shadowheart / one of the female companions from Baldur's Gate 3. And this lines up because not only is this a continuation technically, because it's a second D&D property license, but also we know Matthew Code 100% is a big fan of D&D. He said that during the D&D livestream / anniversary livestream. So it would make sense for this to also be in D&D. That's my crackhead theory. Because not only would it be a new license, it would also be a continuation, and it would make sense because why the survivors are different, even though for the last one it's technically one.
That could fit right in.
Words.
What if the killer is the Demon Prince, and we get Demogorgon?
Ooh, Demogorgon.
We don't get two Vecnas, we get two Demogorgons.
There you go.
Yes, that would be so fun. But I feel like if it was Baldur's Gate 3, they would do like the Emperor as the killer. Because I feel like that's the most iconic. They could do Raphael as the killer as well. They could also do one of the three, like wherever they called for the worshippers of the three evil gods. Like we could have it could be one of the three, something like that. There's so many options. I feel like it makes sense. Maybe not this one, but one day. I feel like this is an option. And if it is that, and if it's exactly what I say, I deserve the mega glaze of the century. No financial stuff, just a mega glaze. I already predicted two things, D&D and Resident Evil, but
you predict everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you throw everything, something eventually will stick. I think.
Exactly.
I think a D&D chapter, a second one, is an easy win, and that door is open to so many characters and so many, and even non-human survivors.
That reminds me. D&D recently are doing like licensed adventure books about Faerun, which is the setting of Baldur's Gate 3.
That's
never pin if that is the case, because then it's like double marketing, advertising. Boom. connect the product to the product.
Our crazy whiteboard is filling up with pins and pictures right now.
Tinfoil hat is on.
I'll present
I got the crazy eyes.
I'll present one more possibility that isn't on in our show notes or we haven't brought up, and that's Silent Hill.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know, Konami, they have a great relationship with Konami as well. We currently have 2v8 Konami themed.
Mm-hmm.
Also in November, which when this chapter would have been released, and they said at the PAX at live stream earlier in the year that they want to do more with Konami and Capcom. Silent Hill F released earlier this year.
Yes.
You know, pretty great reception there.
That one's really scary. Good atmosphere in that game.
I still want to play it. I need to pick that up. I'm hoping it goes on sale for the winter sale. Mm-hmm. But you know, they could bring in that character. I don't know the protagonist's name off the top of my head, unfortunately.
Oh God, it's not. Oh God, let me see if I can remember this. Hinako, I think her name is Hinako.
I think that's it. I think it's Hinako. Yeah. So they could bring her in and maybe another Silent Hill. There's so many Silent Hill cosmetics already that changed the character. So I don't know who else.
They could do Hinako. They could do the guy from Silent Hill 3. Not 3. The door. If you remember. The room, the door, the one where it was kind of like in the apartment. They could do him.
Oh, you're thinking PT?
Not PT. It's the guy in... It's either Silent Hill 4 or 3. I think it's 4.
I think it's 4, the room. The room, you're just in a building the whole time?
Exactly. Okay. So him, Hinako, and then we could do like a killer from one of the other ones.
Yeah.
You get like a Silent Hill 3 killer to fill it out, because we only have James from Silent Hill 3.
Yeah.
And like,
well, or you mean Silent Hill 2?
There's Pyramid Head. He shows up in a lot of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Silent Hill, I'd want to see Siam. I don't know. I just like his design.
That's fair.
One of the monstrous characters that's like two people fused together, and these get just big trunks for hands. It's really creepy.
But so many options. Like I'm super excited. I would imagine a tease soon. Like you mentioned at the top, Stevie. I think next week. You know, maybe before the holiday, or maybe during the holiday.
It so soon. I want it.
When's Thanksgiving for you guys?
Yeah, next week. Or not next week. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks.
Canada, we already had Thanksgiving in October, so it was like...
Yeah, we're looking at the 27th for us.
27th. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And, you know, last year they released Hellmaster and Tori during Thanksgiving. American Thanksgiving, I should say. So, United States Thanksgiving. Yeah. But, maybe we'll get a tease soon. Hopefully we'll get some information during the next update as well about...
Yeah, I am a little scared that we're going to get jinxed, because I feel like... Because we're recording this, listeners and viewers, on Monday, and this is coming out on Wednesday. Yeah. Tuesday is normally when stuff comes out, and they do teasing. So it could really well be we're just like, Bryson's editing it, I'm like checking Reddit, and then it's like,
oh, no.
New chapter! Arc Raiders! And I'm like, that news.
Yeah, we could get fucked this week or next week.
Yeah,
we could just have all this be redacted.
Listeners, if you're listening to this and the chapter has already been teased and confirmed, then we're sorry. Just enjoy our speculation, because these are some of our favorite episodes. Like I adore speculating. Like the roadmap chapter or episode we did, like episode 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
I loved that, so I'm excited to do that next year as well.
Speaking of which, I really hope they start doing the tome stuff again. Not the tome stuff, the grimoire. It's been a little while. Yeah. I want to see more of our original chapter.
Oh, that one's packed up, right? That one's sealed away in the vault.
Let them out. Let out our scientists gone, Adventurer and Angel. Let them out. Let them out. We cannot escape. We cannot.
You reminded me how good that chapter is going to be.
I hope
that one I'm very excited for. But we're going to have to wait a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, basically a year. More like 3/4 of a year, but you get the point.
It'll be a while, right? Yeah, we're going to have to sit on that one and kind of hold our breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways,
That concludes our speculation. I mean, we could sit here for another hour and just keep bringing up Scooby-Doo and everything else.
Scooby-Doo.
But I think as far as confirmed stuff goes, that's everything that's on the board. We're just waiting for an announcement, whether that's tomorrow or a week or 2 weeks.
Or a month. It could just be she's got like December 31st New Year.
Yeah.
New Year's. Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, before the PT comes out tomorrow, the killer is actually gonna be Tiffany. We already know we have a skin for her. We just thought it'd be really funny if we did a whole new character.
Human Tiffany, before she gets turned into a doll.
She throws dolls at people, actually. They're like little bear traps. They just pin you down.
But thank you all. Thank you, listeners and viewers. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to send us an email. We will still be checking that. Follow us on our socials. Join our Discord. Share the podcast with someone you love. And thank you,
maybe
Madison.
someone you hate. Maybe you guys can connect.
Yeah, be like, this will fix you. Watch this podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Thank you, you two. Maddie, Bryson, and thank you, listeners and viewers. We will see y'all in the fog next week.
Bye, everyone.